Hi, welcome to Chitra and Venkatesh Financial Services YouTube channel. This is Venkatesh talking to you. Today, I shall be giving you a brief presentation on Introduction to Financial Planning. This is primarily aimed at beginners who require a stimulus or catalyst to dive deep into this subject. In today's context, a lifespan of a person, say, is about 85 years. In that, we can broadly break it into three stages of 25 years, 35 years, and 25 years. The first stage is our childhood stage, that is up to the age of 25 till we get into an employment or become financially independent. We are completely dependent on our parents for all our needs. The second stage, or the next 35 years, is the most important stage. I prefer to call it the active earning stage. Here, we earn adequately to manage well into the third stage too. The last stage is the retirement stage, which is after 60, which is mostly the retirement age in India. We again become dependent on somebody financially, physically, or emotionally. Since we are discussing financial planning, we shall focus on financials only. We can avoid or at least reduce our financial dependence at this stage by working smartly on the active income stage. We just saw that income and managing income is very important in life. Managing income has four pillars, often referred to as the four C's in the life insurance industry, which are creation, consumption, continuation, and conservation of income. The first two C's do not need a big explanation, I guess. Income and spending are also known to all of us. Conservation of income is also taught to us from childhood. Savings is what I mean here. Traditionally, savings is income minus expenditure. Savings are used for purchase of gold or real estate or investment in fixed deposits. Yes, this is one level of security. Then, what is continuance of income? All of us will stop getting income someday, right? But continue to live beyond. For the employed, income stops at retirement, and for entrepreneurs, it stops when they stop working. Investing your savings and making that work for keeping your income coming continuously is what is referred here. A very important aspect in managing income is to understand the difference between the needs and the wants. Needs are those that are essential requirements without which we cannot manage our life. Wants are those which are our desires, or things that we think add quality of life, or even more than that. For example, when we are hungry, we need to have food. Let us say we feel like having a masala dosa. Having it in a decent restaurant is need. But for this, going to a 5-star hotel is a want. Another example, let's talk about the mobility. A salesperson who has to commute a lot in the city needs a motorcycle. Buying a Splendor or a Jupiter will meet the need, but our friend desires to have a Harley to showcase his want. Right? I hope now there is a clear difference between needs and wants, as you understood. Okay? It is not wrong to have wants, but it is always good to differentiate between the two and act judiciously. Next, let us understand how we can broadly classify the types of people. The budget conscious, indiscriminate spenders, savers, and smart people. The budget conscious and indiscriminate spenders know the first two C's very well. That is, what they earn and what they spend. The difference is that while the former manages his spends within his income, the latter lives on borrowings as he spends more than his income. The risk for both of them is that in case of a loss of income due to death, disability, retirement, etc., they will be dependent on their children. The second category is worse off, as they will not only be dependent on the children, but will also thrust their loan repayment on the family. Savers are typical middle class family persons who are taught to save for their daily needs like roti, kapada or makan. They invariably buy gold and house or houses for safety and probable rental income. But generally, they fail to focus on continuation of income. and their savings will not be sufficient in case of a major illness or other exigencies. The last category focus on all the four C's and invest smartly to cover all the planned events, ensure they have a good cash flow, invest in varied asset class, provide for emergencies, etc. Income is continued throughout their lives and perhaps they leave behind some legacy too. Having understood different types of people, now let us look at the behavior aspect or lifestyles of the people. For convenience, I classify into 5 groups. That is, super rich, comfort seekers or rich, balanced, poor and below poverty line, BPL. This is more behavioral than actual. Luxurious living is when you will have excess income to spend even after satisfying all your wants. The comfort seekers or the rich also is able to get their reasonable wants but do not splurge for a display. Right? The balanced living is having adequate income to take care of all the needs and some wants but are judicious about their wants. Living in poverty or the poor struggle to meet both ends meet even for their needs and they invariably end up compromising on their needs. They get into a very vicious circle of taking and settling loans. The last category, below poverty line or the BPL category, expect support or dole or aid from the government or the society. Please remember, all mentioned are part of their attitude and need not necessarily be real. Just to clarify, a poor man wanting to go for a movie in a multiplex is a luxury for him, while buying a Mercedes car may be a luxury for the rich too. A combination of the types of people and behavioral living style will definitely cover each one of us. Now, let us look at what next. Irrespective of which classification we fall under, the most important factor is the income. Loss of income is obviously the first thing to cover. The unplanned income loss happens mostly due to death of the breadwinner and disability or critical illness to a lesser extent. Right? The risk of untimely death can be mitigated by a term insurance cover. The other two, accidental disability or critical illness that can lead to income loss, can also be covered by the insurance with add-on riders. Retirement is another reason for income loss, but we all know when is it due and hence can be better prepared to mitigate that risk by various means like pension plans or NPS or mutual funds, etc. Loss of income from business can be covered by general insurance to some extent. But for addressing the risks due to not focusing on continuance of income or conservation can only be addressed by clearly documenting the goals and planning the investments to meet the goals. For example, let's say I am a 35-year-old person and we expect that our daughter is married 20 years from now, and in today's cost we know a marriage costs, let's say, rupees 30 lakhs. One can easily work on the future value of money and start your monthly savings and investments to meet that goal. I hope it is clear. Doing all this is called financial planning. It is not very difficult at all, but a financial planner will be able to add a lot of value to make you understand and do the goal setting properly. I hope you found this presentation useful to create an awareness on financial planning. I shall be posting detailed presentations shortly on various aspects of risk cover, goal planning, types of insurance, various kinds of mutual funds, other avenues along with comparisons in the due course of time. Stay tuned in this channel. We'll be thankful to you if you can subscribe to this channel and refer your friends. The links to our Facebook page and YouTube channel and contact details are given in the slides. Thank you and see you again soon.